Peace, family. PvbloGrey here. I just got this video sent to me on Facebook. If I'm not mistaken, the caption of the video is basically like a historian exposes Bill Gates and I think like plan for population control or some shit like that. So let's start this shit from the beginning and let's see what this is talking about.
Nearly 2,400 years ago in ancient Greece, Plato discussed the importance of population control. Aristotle advocated the use of abortion and infanticide. In 1798, an essay on the principle of population was written by Thomas Malthus.
I just want to pause right there and say, just those first few people, Plato and... Let me make sure I'm not...
In Greece, Plato discussed the... Nearly 2,400 years ago in ancient Greece, Plato discussed the importance of population control. Aristotle...
Okay. Plato's and Aristotle's. These are the people they teach you about in school when you doing what's the shit called? The class is called study of logic, but I'm trying to think what's the field called. God damn. But this is what they teaching you in curriculums in school when they're talking about conscious thought. Is it theology? I cannot think of it. I'm pretty sure it might be theology. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on this. I ain't been to school in like 3 semesters. I'm a little off. So this is what they be teaching you in school. And if I'm not mistaken, they also teach this in the high school curriculum and possibly within middle school curriculum when they're teaching you about history and they're talking about the Roman Empire or the Greek Empire, and they're talking about Aristotle, Plato, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. These great people who discovered things and they paint, and the great Renaissance. You know what I'm talking about. They teach this curriculum, and one reason they do teach this curriculum because, as history shows, the winner of the war writes history. So the reason why it's even being taught is because they had to defeat somebody and be able to write this down, and because they are who they are and being victorious in their might and being able to write history of how victorious they are. That's the reason why we learn about them today in our school curriculum. I just want to put that there. Let's get to it.
Advocated the use of abortion and infanticide. In 1798, an essay on the principle of population was written by Thomas Malthus. He outlined the idea of positive checks, which are diseases, wars, disasters, famines, and genocides. Malthus believed that these things should be utilized to increase the death rate, and believed that human misery was an absolute necessary consequence. In 1859,
That's some wicked shit, dog. That's some wicked shit. I don't know what else to really say about it, bruh. For that to be for anybody, fuck any type of classification, color, race, any of that shit. That doesn't, just killing anybody because you think it's necessary. That's fucking wicked, evil, sinister.
Charles Darwin published The Origin of Species. In it, Darwin only hinted at the implications of human populations, but his cousin, Sir Francis Galton, became obsessed with the idea. In 1883, Galton published Inquiries into Human Faculty and Its Development, wherein he wrote that his intention is to touch on various topics more or less connected with that of the cultivation of race, or, as we might call it, with eugenic. The term comes from the Greek word eugenis, of noble birth. In the early 20th century, eugenics became an academic discipline in universities. Organizations were formed and funded to win.
I don't know if they about to get onto it, but it sounds like they about to lead the Aleister Crowley and what his sinister ass and his people teach. I think that leads into the Church of Scientology, where they just teach some evil shit, and I don't care what nobody say. Bro, you associated with it, bro. Whether you know or not, that's some wicked shit, dog. They do some real sinister stuff within that what can I say? Those teachings.
Public support. The Kaiser Wilhelm Institute and the Cold Spring Harbor Institute rejected the idea that all humans are born equal and began selling the idea of cultivating a new master race of noble bloodlines. Planned Parenthood was formed in America by racial eugenics advocate Margaret Sanger. President of IBM, Thomas J. Watson.
Man, just think about it. What did he just say? It was founded with the idea of eugenics, where they're saying eugenics was planned to create a noble race, at least when the idea of it came to what America, or the idea became westernized, not necessarily back to what it originated from, which I believe was Egyptian. I'm not about to go back that far, but that's what I'm saying. But we can say that in her time, right, in that moment, that the idea of eugenics is basically what the man just said, was to create a better or a more noble race. And then it was founded, Planned Parenthood, planned to create a noble race. I don't think I'm reaching. Keep it going.
Sanger. President of IBM, Thomas J. Watson, established a special subsidiary in Poland called Watson Business Machines to assist in the Nazi invasion of Poland. This business continued throughout the war, and IBM managed the entire operation from their headquarters in New York. During the Nuremberg trials, the Nazis quoted U.S. Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes in their own defense. They claimed that their eugenics program was being run from the United States. The Nazis were rightly admonished for war crimes, but not Thomas Watson. He went on to create the IBM World Trade Corporation and passed IBM on to his son. His granddaughter ended up marrying Margaret Sanger's grandson. Bill Gates' father worked on the board for Planned Parenthood, and his mother worked on the corporate board for IBM, who Bill partnered with to create Microsoft. With no medical background, Bill Gates then went on to become the world's foremost pusher of vaccines and population control. Do you think this is all coincidence?
Do you? Do you think this shit is just coincidence? I personally do not. I believe that families pass certain traditions down and certain beliefs. And certain beliefs being like, a lot of people shouldn't be living. World should be balanced out. I don't believe that. I think the shit it balances itself out. Like how it is right now. It's straight. I think it's cool. Got as many people as we need, and if more people are born, that's what we need. Saying. But let's find out. See what this man got to say.
The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation funds the WHO, the NIH, the CDC, and the UN.
Whoa. Did I say that before? I did. The World Health Organization. Centers for Disease Control. Y'all remember the video I did not too long ago, a few days ago. Shit, I think it was just how to research topics on Google, how to do research or whatever the fuck the title was. Pretty sure I made this connection in there. And if not, I did it in one of these previous videos.
And now he's saying that until we get mass vaccinations, we might never be able to gather in groups.
In which activities like mass gatherings may be, in a certain sense, more optional. And so until you're widely vaccinated, those may not come back at all.
The president's coronavirus response team are all pushing the Bill Gates vaccination agenda. Dr. Fauci is on the leadership council for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In January of 2000, pushing the Bill...
Let me just... Y'all remember what they said, right? While they were giving this speech and they were talking about social distancing and don't gather in groups of 10 or more. Just look at the all the way at the end. It's 12 people there. They obviously gave no fucks about what they were just saying. That's, if they not gonna do it, why would you? That's just me thinking logically, I guess.
Gates vaccination agenda. Dr. Fauci is on the leadership council for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Y'all see the shit. Y'all see the shit. Director of the NIAID. I'm trying to think. I don't want to butcher it, but if I'm not mistaken, it's the National Institute of Infectious Diseases or some shit like that, where he has been in leadership over 30 years between 6 different presidencies, has been the leader when it comes to infectious diseases. So as you can see, the connection is there, and that's why the man wants to push so hard for these vaccines.
In January of 2017, Anthony Fauci told a crowd at Georgetown University that there would be a surprise outbreak during the Trump presidency.
What? And he got the proof to back it up. Man, I thank God for videos like this. You got the proof to back it up.
Georgetown University that there would be a surprise outbreak during the Trump presidency.
There is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak.
Bruh, listen, if I did this shit, if I told you in about 3 years from now, there's gonna be some shit that's gonna kill some niggas, and it's gonna happen in such and such a place, and then after 3 years happen, those niggas died. Do you think the FBI wouldn't be on my ass? You damn right they would. That's why this man Fauci need to be investigated. That is why this man Fauci need to be investigated. Let's hear it one more time.
Already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak.
Deborah Birx is a board member for the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria, which was founded by the Gates Foundation and known for millions of dollars of fraudulent misuse of funds. In October of 2019, Bill Gates sponsored Event 201, a simulation that estimated 65 million people killed by coronavirus. In November of 2019, the Purebright...
Why would this man simulate this shit the year before it happens? Shit, the same year that they created the virus. Why would this man run a simulation the same year they created the virus? Why? Because his organization created the virus, which was being funded by the Thousand Talents program, which is funded by communist China, and they knew what the fuck was about to happen. They just had to run the computer to see what was going to happen once this shit got out, because they knew it was coming, because they had it. They just finished making it.
Institute, funded by Bill Gates, was granted European patent number EP3172319B1 for a coronavirus vaccine that may be used to treat humans. Today, Dr. Fauci says the virus will keep coming back, and he says the ultimate game changer will be a new vaccine. In Australia, the Prime Minister is telling people the shutdown will last months, that it's the new normal, and that the only way out of your homes is to accept the vaccine. There is no proof that vaccines are the answer. In fact, the CDC admitted in federal court that it does not have studies to support the claim that vaccines do not cause autism.
The Center for Disease Control admits in federal court it does not have studies to support claims vaccines do not cause autism. But you pro-vax motherfuckers is going to say vaccinations are what we need. I'm not saying we don't need some vaccinations, but mandatory? Having vaccinations without doing research on them? Not testing these shits the proper way? And not doing it on unsuspected Africans? Or non-knowing impoverished people? That would be fucking nice. That would be fucking nice. Instead of trying to run a embezzlement game and run them dollars up. Come on, people, stop being so stupid.
A top UN scientist admitted that vaccines are killing people. It is time to do some hard thinking. Will you allow your government to impose forced vaccinations? For Infowars.com, this is Greg Reese.
Yo, you heard the man, Infowars.com. That man, Greg Reese, whatever the fuck the name was. Man, go there to find some more information. Thank you to whoever sent this to me. I'm not gonna say the name, but thank you. I really do appreciate it. This was very informative. I hope whoever watched this found this to be very informative. Start tying these connections together and start paying attention. I preach this in almost every single video. Start finding the discrepancies they have on the news and these news outlets that release these stories just to throw people off of what's really important, or they say some half truth or a half lie. Just pay attention. Do your research. Google is so easy to use. It's not that hard. But yeah, man. That's it. Smash that like button, comment, subscribe, share it. Thank you.